Are you struggling with how to parent and go through divorce at the same time? Have you been making mistakes in your parenting journey as you're trying to navigate this divorce? I am here to tell you, you are not alone. And I made mistakes. And I am here to help you learn from my mistakes as always and help you navigate how to put boundaries into your parenting through this divorce. So before we get started, I just want to remind you that I have a support group out there. It's on Facebook, it's private. You have to answer some membership questions to get in, but once you're in, you're going to have access to me and so many other people that'll support you as you go through this journey of not just parenting through the divorce, but the divorce process as well. So be sure to check out that link. It's in the comments. Now, for your first tip on how to put in boundaries, I want you to really set a limit on how much you share with your child as you're going through this divorce. Your child is not your friend. We need to make sure we leave them a child for as long as possible, and we don't share the ugly truths of this divorce with them. Step number 2 is going to be don't ask a million questions when they walk in the door from their visitation time with their other parent. Let them come to you at their own pace if they have something to share. This is not your time to put a flashlight in their face and ask them a whole bunch of questions. Tip number 3 is to make sure that you check your surroundings before you start talking about this divorce. It might be on the phone. It might be with a loved one in the room. It might be an extended family member that's come over to ask you how you're doing. And lo and behold, you start talking about this divorce. I need you to put the kibosh on that and make sure you stop, because your child, while they might be in their room, children are sponges and they will try their hardest to listen to adult conversation during this time. So we have to make sure that we're doing a really good job of keeping a boundary of not talking about this divorce when our children are within earshot. Tip number 4, I want you to not be the mediator between your child and the other parent. They may come home and complain or say some things that are really upsetting for them. It's not your job to fix it. Your job is to listen. Your job is to have a stone face of reaction and not engage in emotional talk and behavior that your child is giving you about that other parent. Just sit back and listen. Tip number 5, going right along with tip number 4, is I want you to let your child have their own opinion of the other parent. Even though this person is your ex, it is still your child's parent. We have to make sure we are not popping any bubbles from our marriage onto our child from their point of view of their parent. And what I mean by that is, if we have an issue with our ex as a husband, maybe even a father, for example, I cannot then go dumping and popping bubbles of my children on how they view their own parent, their own father. I need to let them happen on their own. I need to let their child form their own opinion of their parent and not have my 2 cents put on them all the time. So I got to keep my feelings to myself. Number 6 is a hard one. We as parents cannot apologize for the other parent's words, emotions, or behaviors that they do to our children. It's so easy to fall into this slip, and we have to do a really good job of not apologizing and owning the mistake. We didn't do the mistake. We didn't do the behavior. So when our child comes to us and tells us something, we can't have this instant, immediate reaction saying, well, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry they did that to you. I don't know if that person's sorry. I don't know if they intentionally did that behavior or not. So why am I apologizing? Now, what I can do is empathize with my child, make my child try to feel better, give my child a hug, just listen to them talk about their feelings and ask them what I can do to make them feel better. And the last thing I will leave you with is I want you to be proud of yourself when you look back after this divorce journey, and I want you to be proud of you as a parent and that you conducted yourself to the best of your abilities. It's not going to be 100%. You're going to fail sometimes. You're going to misspeak. You're going to misstep. You're going to do the wrong things. It's okay. None of us are 100%. That's not going to happen. But I want you to try your hardest to implement some of these boundaries, if not all of them, daily, if possible, weekly, if at best. But I need you to remember your children shouldn't be part of this divorce. This is your divorce with your ex. This is still their parent. Let them form their own opinions. And I want you to really, really try your hardest to look ahead and say, okay, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, I can look back and say, man, I really did. It was really hard, but I stuck to my guns and I did not bash on that parent. I didn't make my child pick sides. I remained as neutral as possible with a stone face a lot of times when I was biting my tongue on the inside. And I let my child form their own thoughts and opinions about that other parent. Now, the last thing, extra last thing that I'm going to leave you with is you might not get the same respect back. Let's just own that now. You might not get that same decency returned, but that's okay. In your children's eyes, as they get older and grow and hit puberty and mature on and become parents themselves, they're going to look back on what you did and how you implemented these boundaries and be so proud that you were the person that didn't make them pick sides, that didn't filter their head full of a whole bunch of crap. You stuck to your guns of being a neutral party, helping your child navigate this divorce, just as the same time you were navigating it as well. So make yourself proud, make your child proud, and bottom line, just empower your children to start learning coping skills and how to make themselves happy as you're starting to work on that now as you're going through the divorce as well. We need to empower our children that they have their own thoughts, their own feelings, and their own emotions attached to things. And it's okay to go searching for things that make them happy. If you guys have liked this video, please hit the link below, join the support group, check out my website. It has awesome offers for somebody that's starting a divorce or in the middle of a divorce or jumping into some co-parenting issues and you just aren't really good at navigating what to do and how to finish those out or how to wrap them up. So reach out if you need to. I offer consultations and I look forward to speaking with you.